Hello. Well, it's full moon, October 1st, so I thought I better do a little video here. Um, that is, if you're into that satanic world, which has come up on a couple of my videos. I had no idea that when I posted a video, I don't know, a couple of months ago, I guess, on JonBenet Ramsey and a suspicious phone call that I got way back then, I had no idea what it would lead to. That evolved into two other videos, and I think right now around 160,000 views and probably 2,600 comments. Lots of interest in the JonBenet Ramsey case, as there should be. Now, the comments, I want to speak to those for just a minute. Several people ask about Dean Ryan's letter and his website where he talks about basically a deathbed confession by Judge William H. Long, who lived in the Boulder area, worked in the Boulder area. Part of that video is still up, so if you go to Dean Ryan, The Truth Be Told, I think is maybe his channel. But if you put in Dean Ryan and JonBenet Ramsey, you're going to be able to find part of that. I can't find where he reads the whole letter. That used to be on the internet. But one of the comments by a fellow by the name of Jimmy Trance, and I'll spell the last name, T-R-A-N-Z, no, excuse me, T-R-A-N-J, he responded to my July 29th video where I talked about the JonBenet Ramsey case, the phone call, possible Epstein connection. If you go down about a week ago into those comments, you'll see where he posts most of that letter. He also posted it under another video I did, I think on September 15th, where I had the handwriting expert who has his own theory on what happened. So I think it's titled A New Theory. And that was on September 15th, I believe. This Jimmy Trance, T-R-A-N-J, commented again and posted most of that letter from that was written about Judge William H. Long, who's now deceased. So that talks about the satanic cult and the pedophile ring and all that kind of thing, which played into the phone call that I'd received many, many years ago. So that's that, because several people asked or said they couldn't find that. It's available, and it's on my sites if you go back to those two and scroll down to the comments. Okay, enough of that. But back to the comments. I love the comments. I read every one of them. There's been 2,600, I think, or 2,500 and change. And I read every comment. And lots of different theories, lots of little things that you guys point out that are very relevant. And I appreciate your comments when you thank me for bringing some new evidence into the game. But let's keep those coming, because you never know who might have one little piece of evidence that could wrap this thing up. Long and short of it, we know that the Ramseys, Patsy and John, altered the crime scene, staged a crime scene, contaminated the scene, and made a total wreck of the case. And then, like somebody pointed out, wow, the ransom note, that really confused everybody. And it did. Mark Elfers, the handwriting expert, I think I showed you his book last time, is on Amazon. He goes into that again. I want to promote him because I think he did the best analysis of the ransom note that I've ever seen. Now, keep those coming, because you just never know which one might be a clue that no one else has thought of. And several people pointed out things that I've never thought of and will be looking into. But I'm going to get off of the JonBenet Ramsey thing for a while. Unless something big breaks, I'll obviously come back and talk about that case. I'm not sure what other cases I'm going to talk about. I've thought about the BTK killer out of Wichita, Kansas, mainly because I lived in Wichita. I grew up there. And my dad was a cop there. My uncle was a cop there. And both of them were subpoenaed when the BTK killer was arrested and taken to trial. But that's neither here nor there. I'm not sure I'm going to do that because I don't want to give him any credit. A serial killer, if you're not familiar with the BTK, bind, torture, and kill, serial killer. Or whether I'm going to do some other of these abductions or murders of young children, I'm not sure. But keep the comments coming. I really appreciate them. Really appreciate everybody subscribing. I'm shocked that I've got 160,000 views on these 3 videos. That motivated me to keep going. So keep them coming. But I'm going to change the topic just real quickly here and give you some information that you need to share with everybody. The National Crime Information Center, NCIC, where they keep all statistics for the country. Well, first of all, let me tell you, those aren't accurate because I've been involved in supplying some of that information to that agency. And not everything goes into the NCIC records, but sexual assaults certainly do, and kidnappings and those kind of things certainly do, and that's kind of what we're talking about. But the NCIC records, the last ones I could find, estimated that there's around 350 child abductions in the United States every year. Now, when you think about it, and we know this is on the increase, so when you think about it, there's probably one every day, average. So we need to know where our children are and who they're with. There's another organization called RAINN, R-A-I-N-N, and that stands for Rape, Abuse, Incest National Network. And they do a lot of counseling with thousands and thousands of victims. Some of the stuff they talk about is they estimate that around every 9 or 10 minutes in this country, a child, that's someone under the age of 18, is sexually assaulted. That comes out to nearly 60,000 sexual assaults on children every year. I did the math on that, and they're right. Of those 60,000 sexual assaults every year, about a third of them are children under the age of 12. 2/3 of them are from 12 to 17. So that's a lot of kids being molested. Point being, you need to know where your children are and who you're leaving them with. It's just out of control. This obsession with young children and the abduction of children and the trafficking that's going on worldwide is mind-boggling. So as a parent, if you are a parent, it's your job to monitor where your kids are and who they're with. I think they said 1 in every 9 females will be sexually assaulted before she's an adult, and 1 in like every 50 or so boys will be molested or sexually assaulted before they become an adult. Pretty sad. Now let me go into what causes, or what the symptoms are later, I guess is what I want to talk about. When someone's sexually abused as a child, it's going to stay with them all of their life, obviously. Now, working in narcotics, which was attached to the Vice unit, I came in contact with many drug abuse victims, drug addicts, many prostitutes, many dancers, strippers in clubs, some who I arrested, some who became informants, or some who came to us as informants to work our charges, those kind of things. Now, I would easily say that of those people that had drug problems, had gone to prostitution, or were in clubs working to make a living, that easily 70 or 80% of those had been victimized sexually assaulted as a child. Once you become comfortable talking to a cop, many times they'll give things up. And I found that just in the general public too. It's amazing how many women have come to me and with maybe domestic issues or whatever, and share that they were sexually abused. And it's usually been from someone the family trusted, a neighbor, a relative, someone from the church, someone from some organization they're in, somebody from a daycare, somebody from the police, somebody from social services. We're hearing all these horror stories, and I've heard them personally. So being abused as a child never goes away, and it's something that these people have to deal with. And many times they turn to drugs or prostitution or other things. So you need to know where your kids are, is bottom line. So I'll kind of wrap this up. I think I've made my point. I just wanted to let everybody know how much I appreciate your comments. I read every one of them. And there's a bunch of them, but there's some good ones. You guys are really into this, and I'm not going to let you down. So we'll stay with this. If anything new comes up, I'll keep reading the comments. I'll share it in the next video. Right now, make sure you know where your kids are. Make sure you trust who they're with. And please continue commenting, continue watching. Please continue sharing my videos. I encourage other people to subscribe. If you haven't subscribed, please do. And that's really about all I've got. So if you have any concerns about finding the videos that I've talked about, you can just go to Cop Facts, and that's C-O-P, Cops, Facts, F-A-X-X, Cop Facts. And all my videos are there. And the two with Dean Ryan's information and this person that made the comment, this Jimmy, are both on a couple of those videos as I explained earlier. So if you want to know about that satanic cult and whether it had anything to do with the JonBenet Ramsey case, it's good reading. Why would a judge make this confession just before his death? So, good read, just a page or two. So check that out. Be safe, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.